Welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we're back in Havrunia, ready to do some RP. That's hopefully what we're gonna do today. John, if you want to run through the shoutouts.
Certainly can. So as usual, guys, big shout out to Paul and the guys at the 500. Their website is the500.co.uk and their Bandcamp is the500.bandcamp.com. And Rob over at Starforger, you'll have heard their music in the intro. Their Bandcamp is starforger.bandcamp.com and you can buy their EP on cultofparthenope.bandcamp.com, which is kind of like their independent label that they're involved with. Big love, as always, to Gerald over at HibernoWay. We love his channel. If you haven't seen him, go check him out. And, of course, massive shout out to our subscribers. We love you guys. We really appreciate you. We couldn't do this without you. Over to Becky.
Okay. Hello guys, I'm sorry my camera doesn't work today. It's apparently broken. Never mind, that's what you get for dropping stuff on the floor. I just ask that please go and follow us on social media, be that Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and please just go follow us on YouTube as well. That's all from me. Also, please come and join us on Thursdays for our other game. That would be great. Over to Easy.
Hi everyone. Well, just to say that this week I'm gonna keep on going with the Gwent, and probably in the middle of the week I'm gonna try one other game unrelated to card games or to Dungeons and Dragons. So
Fancy.
that's fancy, yeah. Just to give it a go, to have something different also. Back to John.
Okay, so when we last left the Red Silks, they were very worn out from their travels and from their battle with the Orc, Ogre, and Bugbear warband, and they found themselves at quite an upmarket tavern, about 1 to 2 days' ride from the North Valyrian capital of the city of Greybourne. Hallowed Rest is a very well-maintained stone tavern, beautiful paintings and drapes hanging from the walls and windows respectively, suits of armor in the corners, hunting trophies mounted on the walls. And the Red Silks found themselves here on Damsel's Eve, where the male species had to be escorted by a female companion and also had to be on their best behavior. So far, nobody's committed any terrible transgressions. If they do, they might find themselves tangling with the cavern's guardians, the iron golems scattered around the building. The server, a high elf by the name of Imming, introduced herself, seated them, arranged for them to be served in the Sapphire Suite. The party were informed that there were a couple of nobles in the Crimson Suite, and they would probably prefer not to be disturbed. But in the main room of the tavern, once they'd finished their meal, in the salon, if you like, they would find a number of characters who would be more than happy to have a discussion with them. Instead, the Red Silks decided that they would rather retire for the evening, being desperate need of rest following their rather fractious journey from Clan Malvern to Northern Valarya. And we pick up, imagine just with the Red Silks waking in the morning, having healed some bruises and shaken off the horrors of the battle that went before. Eris, what would you like to do this morning?
Sorry, I muted myself.
No worries.
I kind of just like stretch and like look around. I take it Chipok is still with me. Or does he have his own room?
He is, but he is snoring heavily and does not appear to be like he will be coming around anytime soon.
Okay. You said it was morning, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. I suppose I like get up and just sneak out of my door. And just check the corridor, looking up and down.
Roll stealth to just see how sneaky Cat is being.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky.
Oh, come on, computer. There we go. Ah.
Despite the fact the D20's not rolled well, it's not a bad effort, and you find yourself in a long corridor that seems to run from the west to the east of the tavern. So as you're looking at the blacked out silhouette of the tavern, roughly left to right on the map, big oak beams stretch along the pitch of the roof above your head. The roof itself has been filled in with a very lovingly placed render. There's clearly a great deal of craftsmanship and artisanal handiwork that's gone into the construction of this particular tavern. The oak floor spreads out beneath your paws as you pad quietly along the corridor. One of the rooms you suspect Norcan getting ready for the day. He appears to be plucking away at his loot. Quietly, though, so as not to wake any of the other residents, because it's still relatively early in the morning. A little bit further down, you pause by one of the doors and you hear male and female voice uttering kind of hushed tones. Then the end from the middle of the corridor, you find the lovely smell of bacon, egg, and sausages just wafting up from the kitchens in the cellar through the ground floor, right the way up to the hall of the first floor. Somebody's clearly making preparations for the day.
Okay. I want to slowly pad backwards to the door where I heard the whispering.
Okay.
I'm going to just gently get on all fours. I'm just going to sniff the bottom of the door. What does it smell like? Do I recognize the smell?
Oh, okay. Roll perception.
Hey.
Okay, that's pretty decent. You
Maybe.
smell a number of different fragrances. Some quite pungent notes of rose water and maybe kind of a vanilla-like smell that you would associate with a noble lady's perfume. Equally, you smell a kind of a stronger, muskier scent, kind of wood, maybe an oak-like note that you would associate again with a relatively senior noble lord who might kind of have the means to fragrance himself. It doesn't smell like any of the other members of the party that you've travelled with.
Can I hear what's going on?
How are you doing that? Just describe what you're doing at the door.
So, like, obviously, I've just kind of like gently gone to the bottom of the door and sniffed it, and obviously detected that awful aroma because that's disgusting. And then just kind of press my ear to the bottom of the door frame, just where the crack is, just to see if I can hear what muttered hush words are being said.
You hear female voice dressing companion in the room. I see, Rolf. Well, it's clear we're not going to come to any kind of agreement on these matters, but if you could pass word to the Rochester's court that you could arrange for terms to be met if the right inducements were made. Then you hear the ill voice, quite a rough, older voice, seasoned in his years. Well, it might be that some kind of arrangement could be reached, but I cannot imagine King Rothchester agreeing to terms without serious concessions from Penningtons. Will continue to arrange for pressure to be applied. Perhaps the hammered veil would suitably suffer under the attentions of less favoured parties, shall we say. At that point, you hear Lady sigh, though she's rather perturbed by what has just been said. She starts making her way towards the door.
Oh shit! Fucking stand up and pad backwards a little bit as if I'm just coming out my door.
Roll a dex check.
Save or check?
Check.
Ah, no! I fall over my own
Sure.
feet.
You were pressed very low to the ground, and in your hurry to press yourself to an upright position, your paw slips on the polished oak floor, and thump, you find yourself in a bundle at her feet. Door open. What would you like to do?
And I'm gonna just start like being a cat and rubbing against her.
Excuse me, who are you? What are you doing? Get away!
And then run down the corridor.
Kick at you.
Meow.
Well, I've never been in such an establishment in which can't even say that's a pet. What kind of beast is that? Rolf, send for the elf girl. You hear heavy footsteps. Thump, thump, thump.
I'm running down the corridor on all fours.
I mean, are you diving into your room? It's not a long corridor. They're going to know where you've gone.
I'm just running down the stairs. That's where I want to go.
Oh, down the stairs. Okay.
Yeah.
Leave that interaction for a moment.
Okay.
Douglas, what are you doing?
Who?
Douglas. Cisco.
Last time I was checking, well, I was giving the food to my soldiers, and I don't remember what I did, but I assume it's a new day, so I probably slept with the party. I mean the soldiers. That's what I meant when I said the party. Okay. I'm gonna go inside the establishment, and I'm gonna greet everyone. See where the royal family is, where Ralph is.
You, unchallenged by the golems this time, because Damsel's Eve has passed, walk into the entry hall of the Hallowed Rest, making your way past the weapons rack into the hallway where you find Imming. In fact, I should probably just reset Imming and rid of everybody for now. Move Karis to the top of the stairs. As you enter the main hall, you find Ming. He appears to have a tray with a couple of silver platters with two breakfasts on. It looks like these have been ordered by a couple of patrons. And she pauses at the door. hello. It's Mr. Smoke. How might I be of service today?
Could you tell me where His Majesty is at right now? I'd like to see him.
Yes, of course, that I can do. If you make your way up the stairs, turn left at the top of the stairs, and first on the right, I do believe that should be the chamber which you will find His Highness. At which point you two hear an almighty ruckus as barreling down the stairs comes Karis, just a ball of claw and fur and panic.
I'm not really wearing that many clothes either.
Well,
I run out the door.
have you out the main door?
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize her?
Roll perception. I'm not a high DC, but roll perception.
Let me perception. That's a 7.
I mean, I think it was probably Karis, but she was moving at quite a rate of knots. You're not 100% sure.
Okay.
Well, you know that could have been Chipok fresh out the shower.
All right.
Okay.
I'll look at what was her name again?
Ming.
What again? Sorry.
Ming. M-I-N-G.
Oh,
Iming.
Ming.
Ming.
Oh, Iming. Okay.
Iming, yes.
Iming.
I have blocked nose, which doesn't help.
Well, Lady Iming, I will look for its highness. And then I look at the door and I see the cat running, and I look at Iming. Yeah, I will I'll go look. Yeah, and I'll just leave, and I'll go out the door first, and I'll open the door and I'll say, "Here, kitty, kitty."
Wow. Kitty not here.
Oh, okay. And
Behind you, gentleman that you heard in the room, Karis. Behind you, Douglas. An older gentleman in a kind of a green smoking jacket. He has kind of white hair, probably slightly less than shoulder length, that kind of swept over behind his head. Widow's peak, kind of mutton chop beard, and kind of like a very fine light blue tailored and ruffled shirt. He appears at the banister. He's mostly dressed, but he doesn't have his shoes and any kind of cravat on. He appears at the top of the banister and calls down, Iming, some beast appeared at our door. Is this the kind of establishment that you're intending to run? Ming, genuinely shocked both by the noise outside and by the unhappy patron, steps forward. My apologies, Mr. Anu. We will, of course, attend to this disturbance. Rest assured, this will not be allowed to continue. If I could ask you to return to your room, I'll be up with your breakfast presently. Ulf sighs and sure this doesn't happen again. Turns on his heel, heads back in the direction of his room. Around this kind of time, Norcan is stirring from his musings on his lute, and what would you like to do?
Well, is Valkyrian awake?
Valkyrin, are you awake? Are you an early riser?
Yeah, she is awake.
Okay, Norcan will turn to Valkyrian and say, well, I think it's time to get the boss and go grab a bite. Do you want a drink?
Quite early in the morning, but I won't say no.
Fair enough. I'll pour her a drink, like Coca-Cola size glass.
Is this of the liqueur bottles that you acquired earlier?
Yep, I took 4 of them up to the room.
Oh, and how many are left?
Let me roll a d4. Can I?
Sure.
1. No, the 4.
Oh,
Nope.
somebody's plans did not go according to.
No, there aren't any.
Ah.
Oh, that so 4 was right. So all
See
4
how
was
many?
on. Okay.
So just a little bit left over for Valkyrian. For,
Assuming Valkyrie, you have something of a headache, so this would be hair of the dog.
Yep.
Just do me a favor, roll a Constitution save.
Oh,
This is gonna go poorly.
hey.
You take a big swig of, I think it's some kind of dwarven gin, and the rigors of last night's alcohol-fueled revelry between you and Norcan brings your stomach up. You feel the bile rising. You swallow hard and just about manage to prevent anything unsavory from erupting. Heard quite an amount of noise outside, kind of the sound of cats' claws scratching frantically at the polished oak, and raised voices from the hall. Would you like to investigate?
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go to Caris' room, knock on the door, and call her.
As
Like, knock
you pass out into the hallway of the gentleman I described earlier, Carol's passed you in the hallway. Shoulder checks you, Norcan, as he passes in his haste. Dashes into his room, slams the door behind him, and then you hear some kind of frantic conversation carrying on. When you get to Karis's room, there is a reply. Epoch
turn.
can be heard snoring heavily. He is dead to the world at this point. That's the after effects of the Sapphire Dram rum whiskey.
So we knock on the door. I'll turn to Valkyrian and say, probably she can't hear the knock on the door because of Chipok. And I'll, instead of knocking, I'll punch the door like a little bit.
Pounding on it.
Yeah.
Yep. You just hear the continued snoring. You're fairly certain that Karis, if she was in the room, would have heard your knock. Chipok being Chipok, he's out.
Yeah. Well, I think we should get downstairs. Probably she's already having breakfast. You want bacon and eggs, Valkyrian?
Breakfast sounds fucking amazing right now.
As you
And
turn away from the door to make your way towards the stairs, you see Imping arriving with the platter and the platters of breakfast, and just knock on the door, and you hear lady's voice call out, "Thank you, Imping. Just set it on the table. We shall collect it presently." And Imping heads back down the stairs.
I'll stop her and ask, have you seen the boss?
I have not this morning. There was something of a kerfuffle in the hallway. I was meaning to ask, are Karis and her bovine friend in their rooms by any chance?
Well, the big cow is in the room. You can hear him, and I'll silence myself.
Perhaps it was Lady Caris, who caused the commotion. If you see her, could you let her know that I wish to speak with her?
Will do. Do you have breakfast downstairs for us?
Yes, of course. You can do. You can a local a square sausage, a brown pudding, and you can do eggs, of course, any way you would like.
Okay, that'll be great. Have you seen the fancy princey guy and the beautiful lady that's with him?
I do not believe they have arisen for the day as yet. Being
How early it
courtiers
is?
of means, they do have a certain amount of extra dressing that must occur before they can present themselves publicly. I'm sure they will be along presently.
Okay. Just a question, Liam. How early it is in the morning? 6, 7, 8.
It's just before 7 o'clock, you believe.
Okay, so early. Okay, we'll go downstairs. I'll go up to thank Valkyrian also.
Okay. I'm just going to add those of the party who are this to the entry hall. Yes, no COVID in the fantasy world, of course.
Yes.
Karis is hiding in the barrels.
Oh, I'm preparing to climb the wall.
Oh, brilliant.
I wanted to do something.
Yes, of course.
Right, so I'll go out the door, and I'll assume that it was Karis, and I'll whistle to my dog, Ordoff, my warg, and I'll whistle to him, and I'll call him forward, and
He comes barreling, jumps over the barrels to your side, quite literally almost over the top of Karis. Karis, how would you react to a warg charging over the top of you?
Tail bushy, hair back, and I want to climb up the wall. I want to do it quicker than I was expecting.
Roll a perception for me.
Sorry, I was just on my spell list.
You're quite all right.
I mean, I do have natural passive 20. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. This wasn't a high DC either, so you almost certainly we're going to see this. You hear a sound of metal grating against metal. You hear like a heavy metal object rotating, and you glance back towards the road that you entered the tavern from.
Oh, fuck me.
And see one of the iron golem's heads has turned around. The axis of its neck is facing towards you, and its previously dead metal eyes start to glow, first a deep orange. That light begins to intensify the higher you climb up the wall.
Okay. Like, the walls are perfect over here. There is no structural damage. I'll just get down. Slowly. Go about your business, Mr. Golem Man.
As your hind paw touches the ground, you hear this.
Okay.
As the light fades from the golem's eyes, that as the head begins to rotate back around to the way it was facing before.
Okay. I just slowly make my way over here. Go about your business.
I'll tell Ordoff, go find the cat. Go find the cat.
He takes off in the direction of Paris.
Alright.
Go away. Shoo, go away.
And this is how you
That's
kill
okay.
the leader of the Red Silks.
I know I wanted to play a wizard, but this is not how I wanted to go out.
I would probably recommend you just, hold your pride and step back inside, but, whatever you want to do.
Nah, Ordov is gonna grab her by the leg and just drag her into the establishment, nothing else. If he catches her.
Fair enough. I just need to remove a few characters because they wouldn't be there yet. You are shown through to the salon for breakfast. I'll just reveal now. Doop.
Oh.
There we go. There you are. So, feel free to make your way through at your leisure to the salon. You'll be served at the bay window towards the rear of the building. So just here. Wait. Just here.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Okay.
As we enter in the room, who can we see?
You can see a number of female patrons. The patrons in the salon currently seem to have varying kind of socioeconomic backgrounds. You suspect one might be a farmer's wife, another might work. She seems to be she works in some kind of administrative role. She has almost like a blue tinge to her fingers where she's been writing in pigmented ink with a quill, perhaps. You see another who you can't quite tell. Her hands appear to be quite weathered, as though she does quite a lot of manual work, and she seems to have quite a ruddy complexion, so maybe spends a lot of time outside. And then shortly after you take your seats, a young halfling appears who she appears to be a forest gnome rather than a halfling. She has kind of faded auburn hair and brown eyes. The braid kind of wraps around one side and down over her shoulder, and then she has kind of cropped hair across one side, as though she's kind of got an undercut. She's kind of a soft white skin, little sunburned perhaps. She's about just over 1 meter tall, fairly regular build. Roll a perception check, whoever would like to.
Yeah, you know, I'll
Sure.
roll, but perception isn't my thing.
I have decent perception if it allows me to roll.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Please do. Because I rolled an 8.
It's okay. We
I
can.
think it's done. My roll 20 is lagging.
We can ignore the plot.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Just reload the page.
Yeah,
Reload. That's no worries. We can always come back to that. It's nothing major. She takes a seat in one of the kind of very grand couches of the salon room. Couch itself has kind of looks like a carved stone look, or perhaps aged ivory. It's hard to tell, but it's well upholstered with a kind of a deep indigo indigo covers, and kind of sky blue pillows seated in various kind of corners of the couch. As the gnome sits, her legs swing just above the floor, which is covered by a kind of rich purple carpet with a very thick pile. As you've already noticed, the hallowed rest is clearly a very well maintained and quite well respected establishment. It's a very respectable place. Oh, there we go.
Jesus, look at the one.
You don't see it.
Damn.
Too tiny.
Perhaps. I will say with that particular role, Jade. You notice that she appears to have a number of bundles of thread kind of shoved into one of her pockets, and tucked into the braid, kind of like just at the back of her head, you see a couple of pins, which actually you assume to be some kind of knitting needle rather than a formal hairpin.
I'm gonna whisper to Nokan, just, she's adorable.
I mean, she generally is pretty adorable, yeah.
Valkyrie loves tiny people, so like she is a very hyper person right now.
Norcan will look at Valkyrian like, okay, nice to know.
She's tiny, look.
Well.
She is utterly oblivious to you currently.
Probably for the best.
Quite possibly. She appears to be in an absolute world of her own, like away with the fairies, daydreaming. That she rolled a perception check for, and she nat one to see if she noticed if you were hyper. She nat one to her perception. She is oblivious. You could possibly run a herd of chipocks through the front room, and she would not notice.
Norcan will wave at the waiter here and say, "Could you bring me a bottle of brandy, please?"
Francisco, he's waving at you.
I'll without looking, I just sense a person standing here. I'll wave with my hand and say, "Waiter, could you please bring a bottle of brandy?"
I'll ignore him and I'll go past him and I'll look at him. The waiter's not here. And I'll
I
sit down.
thought you were. Sorry about that.
Yeah. It's fine. But you could get the waiter. Come on. You're the closest to the door.
No, I've got a problem with my left toe. It's really hard to show, but I can show it to you.
Oh, look. And I point at the waiter.
You serendipitously has just arrived.
Just to make that
Yes,
to
sir.
Francisco.
Could I be of assistance?
Yes, I would like to. Could you bring me a bottle of brandy, please?
Which brandy would you care for, sir? And he starts
I've got it
rifling
here.
through he has a bundle of menus to his side. He's a little bit taken aback because he's not expecting to be asked for a brandy. He says, "Yes, we have the house brandy, which is a plum brandy. Would that be to your liking, sir?"
Yeah. Could be that one. That was the one that I was thinking. I had one bottle last night and it was really good.
Very well, sir. Yes, of course I shall see to it immediately. Have you placed your orders for breakfast? Could I get anything for you to eat?
We talked with Lady Iming, and she said that you had black pudding. Could you make also an omelet? Do you want an omelet, hoodie guy?
It's Douglas.
Douglas.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Valkyrian, do you want one?
I do apologize. We can, of course, see to it that you have an omelette, so that can certainly be prepared for you. If I just may correct you slightly, the pudding that we have here is a local variety, which is a brown pudding rather than a black pudding. The difference is there's less blood in the mixture and a higher grain content in the local variety.
That's fine. We'll do that.
Of course, sir. Will there be anything further?
Yes.
Yes,
could,
sir. How may I be of assistance?
If you could call someone and call the Prince Ralph, over here. I'd like His Highness to have breakfast with us.
Of course, I see. I will pass him the message with your compliments. You do, of course, understand that I could not summon him here, as that would be somewhat below my station. I trust you understand, sir.
That's fine.
But yes, I will certainly pass the message to him that you would like to dine with him if it is suitable for him.
Very well.
Anything further? Can I assist anybody else?
I think we're good.
Narcan will nudge to Valkyrian. Like, Aldor.
She is currently regretting life choices. Clearly too old for this. I'll have as much as I can for breakfast. My stomach is clearly not too kind to me as it was back in my prime.
We have a breakfast that we save for those who are feeling worse for wear, if I might be so bold. 2 bacon, 2 egg, spiced tomatoes, mushrooms, a double portion of the brown pudding, and we can serve an omelette on the side if you wish, if you are feeling particularly ravenous.
Yep, that sounds brilliant, to be honest.
And you see him quickly making a note in his book. Round about this time, a third character enters the door and strides across to take a seat at the other couch. Ban Miller, the home that you saw before, her eyes light up, and you see her greet this second person, who I will just find the description now. Lovely to see you. How are you, my dear? I must say I had the most wonderful rest, and I'm very excited to get on with today. Catrain herself is very regal-looking lady. She's an older lady, but she holds herself with the poise of a figure skater almost. She's in her 70s. She has a bald head which has been shaved very neatly, beautiful brown eyes, a kind of a chocolate skin which shows her age, but not in it's almost like quite subtle that her years are as advanced as they are. She's very slim build, a round face, and she speaks with a kind of quite a steady, firm voice. Mila, my dear, yes, I slept well. I trust that you are clearly well rested. You are a bundle of energy this morning. Have you seen Nalawe yet? No, I haven't seen her. I'm sure she'll be along slightly. Have you had breakfast? No, I'm hoping to order some. You hear them carry on and continue their conversation about a wide variety of things, what they're having for breakfast, how their plans are for the day, etc. Let's pan over to Paris.
Hello.
You
So-
are scuttering down the side of the building with a warg hot on your heels. What would you like to do?
I just like look at the wolf, at the dog, wave at it. Look, this could go one of two ways, okay? You can turn around and go back to your master, and everything will be okay. Or two, you can try and touch me, and you can find your nose clawed off. What would you prefer?
Rudolph woke up this morning and chose violence.
Is this a window that I am currently looking at?
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
You are outside of a shuttered window, yes.
Can I see inside?
You can see slivers of the salon. Roll
Okay.
perception.
So this guy cannot see me.
He's facing into the room, so yeah, probably not.
Right, perception. I mean, again, I have a passive perception of 20, but sure.
Okay. You can see the forest gnome, the human lady, and a couple of the other residents of the salon. You believe you can see Douglas and possibly Norcan, but probably no further.
Okay, right. Fuck it. So I'm gonna see that the dog is not turning around. And I'm just gonna hold up my hands and be like, good doggy. And I'm going to cast command. And I'm going to basically swivel my finger and say run. To be like, run away, basically, but it's a one word command. I'm just going to say run, but like swiveling my finger, asking him to turn around.
Do me a favor, just paste command into chat.
Yes, boss.
You're saying this in common, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Checking that there aren't any intelligence restrictions on it, which I don't think there are. You say run.
Yeah, but like swiveling my finger as if to be like turn around and run.
Okay.
And yeah. See if
We'll
it
let
works.
the dice decide this one. Your perception being as high as it is, you see tension in Odorf's forelegs. You see pads of his paws and his claws start to dig into the ground. You see muscles and sinews of his legs tense. You see him lurch forward and then start to turn and flee in the opposite direction.
Boy. Okay, I'm gonna look up at this wall. Can I climb this wall to like the first floor and see if I can get into the window?
Roll athletics.
I think she needs to because she has the claws thing.
I can climb. I have the I have a climbing speed of 20.
I mean, what I'm more thinking about is where you are. The shutters will make quite a lot of noise as you climb.
Ah, well, never mind.
So you leap onto the wall, or claws clatter against the shutters, which vibrate heavily back and forth against the windows. And as you peer into salon, you notice a number of heads starting to turn towards the window.
This isn't going very well. Fuck it, just keep going.
Okay, as you disappear up the wall, the heads in the salon there's a few quizzical looks, but they turn back to their conversation. Or now, at the first floor, but this portion of the first floor is quite a low section of wall. The roof is partially dormered, so there are a couple of windows nearby.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I know which one is mine?
Sure.
This is only gonna go one of the two ways, and I'm gonna die.
Nice.
Hey, you know that your room was on the front of the building. You shimmy your way around on the roof, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows sticking out of the roof. You shuffle along, looking for your room. Peek in the first window, and you see discarded clothes that don't look familiar. Second window, and you see prone form of Chipok still snoring away. At this point, the blankets have started to slip, but it's only just covering his cow modesty, his modesty, if you will.
No. And you bet you're gonna tell me that the fucking window's latched, aren't you?
I was going to say, about this time, you start to hear...
Oh no, okay. William, open the door!
roll a sleight of hand.
I'm not a rogue. Why am I doing this?
I know you're not a rogue. I don't know why you're doing this, and it's brilliant.
Bye bye.
Chipok! Let me in!
Are you shouting now?
Well, I'm saying it as like a loud hushed tone for like rattling on the window. Please wake up. Please.
Desperation.
What?
Please, it's me. Let me in. Hi, look at me. Come in the window. Let me in.
Goodness sake, lassie, what are you playing at?
I fell out of bed and was on the roof. Let me out.
Throws the window open. Just as your tail and hind paws disappeared through the window, the eyes of the golem are back down.
I'm just gonna lie on the floor. Grab my cloak. Just shove it on my face.
Oh, lassie, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Apologies in advance, by the way, to Michael, who's happy to be at home, listening to me absolutely butcher Chipok. Apologies.
I think you're doing a wonderful
On the pun as well, butchering Chipok. That's unfortunate. Guess you could say that was a missed steak.
Oh, stop it.
Right. What are we doing now?
The gods roll their eyes backwards.
You have
Oh,
no
no.
power here. Round about this time, the servants sweep back into the room with breakfast as ordered for Norcan, Valkyrin, and Nicholas. And also, round about this time, in walks a tall Urbolg. She has long braided brown hair, golden eyes, a rough grey skin, much deeper grey than Valkyrin's. She's around about 7 foot tall, very muscular build, a sharp face. She really is quite magnificent to behold. She has a tattoo on her nose, which is quite an abstract tattoo. And you see she's wearing a kind of a leather stitched vest. It's kind of like a brown leather, quite roughly patched together in some ways. She's got very worn, weathered hands. She clearly is in some kind of manual occupation. And he walks with a slight limp across the floor. You hear Gnome and lady you now know as Catrain call across to her. Lalway, how did you sleep, my dear? Oh, fine. I was woken by a considerable amount of noise, first in the hall, and then somebody hollering at the stairs, and finally there was some scratching around my window, and I thought, I am no good. I'm not going to be able to sleep. I shall simply have to come down for breakfast. How are you both today? Their conversation continues. Would you guys in the salon like to do?
I'd like to tease the party a bit. Of
course.
I'm gonna put some food in my mouth and I'm gonna be talking to them while. So, the Red Silks, huh? That's quite the name.
If only I was there.
Norcan will look at the camera and will say, "You were concerned with me? Look at the cat lady."
Nothing like breaking the fourth wall, eh?
Norcan will, as the limpy Furbolg walks by. The name was
Nalalway.
Nalal. Easier names, please. Nalalway will elbow Valkyrian and just pointing at.
Wait. Did you reply to what I said?
No, that this
Completely
is
blanked you.
this is previous action.
Oh, okay.
Because just
Yeah.
to make Valkyrian notice the Furbolg and say to her, like, you don't like her, she's too big, right?
I mean, I'm bigger, so
So do you like her?
no, she's not small enough, you know.
Well, am I small enough?
If you want to be small enough, you can be small enough. A big little grin on her face, you know.
Oh, God. Well, I set it up, so let's. I'll look to Douglas as he talks rudely with his mouth full, and I will say that. You know it's not polite to talk with your mouth open while you're eating, right?
I really don't care. I'm a soldier. I'm not made to be polite, and I keep eating.
Yeah, but acting like a person with no manners, is it? And Norkin at this point will look at him not with a funny face.
Douglas just keeps eating. He's like, about the red silk thing. Did you get the name?
Do you want one?
What?
Red silk?
No, I'm asking you. Where did it come from?
What is it? Oh god, my English just flew out the window. What it's of concern to you?
Well, you joined us, and we...
No, we don't join you. You asked for our help.
Yeah, and you joined us.
That's a wrong assumption on your part.
No, because you joined, because we asked if you wanted to join, and you joined.
No.
I'm not saying you did because, well, we forced you. I'm just saying you decided to join. And I want to know the people I work with. That's all.
If you want more information about us, talk with the boss.
The one that just ran naked?
I'm just a soldier as you.
Ah, you don't look like a soldier.
Well, you could try it.
If you wanna, train with the sword, sure.
One who uses what he has.
Well, no. You're not a soldier then. You're a mage. It's different. There's a difference.
Are you sure?
Yes. Oh, look. It's Highness.
Good morning, all. How are we this morning?
Good. And you?
Norkin at this point changes his expression, looks at Lady Magda. Magra.
Lady Magra blanks you, erects her focus to Douglas, and does say, "Do take care, Douglas, with this one. He is somewhat unusual, shall we say. He reveals far more of himself than is polite."
Oh, really?
She walks around and she sits next to Alcarin, as far away from Norcan as she can without taking the seat at the head of the table, which Ralph Pennington takes.
I give to Norkin like a look. Oh, maybe you are a soldier.
Norkin just ignores Douglas. Like, and he will turn to, oh god, my names are Lord Pennington. God damn it. Good morning, sire. Have you seen our boss?
I have not seen her this morning. How are you? It was Norcan, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
I trust you've rested well. Our quarters, though small, were comfortable.
Yeah, we tried to rest. We had some exercises during the night. Right, left, right, but just to get the body having some exercise, some movement. Right, Valkyrian? And I'll elbow her really strong. In quotes. Because, well...
She's choking on her food, trying to not laugh at what you've just
Just
Okay.
and Magra raise an eyebrow and kind of sideways glance at Valkyrin, as if to say, "You really don't have a type, do you?"
Valkyrie notices this, yeah?
Roll perception. When you hear her talk, roll perception as if she for the glance.
Oh god. Oh, I need to refresh my page again. She's married, man! Oh, my roll 20 is acting up. Jesus. Well, this will make or break deciding on what
Would you like
my
me to roll for you? I
response
can roll for you if you like.
if you don't mind, yeah. My
Okay,
page
I'm
isn't
rolling-
reloading.
Rolling in Google.
Oh.
Oh, big thanks to Will and Alec Magic, who've both resubscribed. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Massive
guys.
love to you.
Yes, William. I see you on Twitch watching us. Thank you for the Snapchat.
Your personal life needs to stay out of this. Thank you.
It's
Oh, there
not
we
a
go.
family stream anymore.
Let me just
let's
quickly
see.
open my sheet. Come on, Valkyrie, don't be oblivious. I beg.
It was a 3.
Oh, wait, what? A 3? What?
Well, 3 plus your modifier, whatever your modifier.
Oh, I
is.
was gonna say.
I rolled it in Google. I didn't have your modifier handy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
just
I
a
was gonna
long
say.
game. That's why I wasn't seeing it. I was like, what the fuck?
So she doesn't notice, no?
I would say no.
I mean, he is smaller than me, so you know, anything smaller is my type, I guess. Smaller the better.
That's the
To
reverse card.
their own, I suppose. Douglas,
Okay.
are the troops ready to make our way towards the capital today?
I think so, yes, milady. About, sorry to put my nose in your business, but I think I saw your boss running out the stairs into whatever she ran into, because she left the establishment. I told Ordov to go pick her up. Hope that's okay.
You send a dog to get the cat.
Yeah, is she afraid of dogs?
No, but probably you won't have a dog by the end of the day.
Oh, that's fine. I could always make cats too.
Is that
Uh,
what? You're not asking. I don't want to be your. No.
I'll look at Norkin. I'm joking. Okay, the dog won't bite her.
As I said, I'm not worried about the dog doing something to her.
I wouldn't
So
underestimate Ordov, but as you wish.
the boss has the boss for a reason. The name says it all. So probably should go get a new dog. That's fine. I can give you a coin and you go buy another one.
You'd have to give me more than that. Sure, you have
Okay, I'll
a
give you
lot.
2 coins.
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, don't pry in the man's finances.
Let's
That's
make a bet
rude.
then. Let's make a bet. If I whistle and my dog runs into the establishment right now, you owe me
Yeah, that's
money.
meta knowledge. Fuck you.
No. I just trust in my dog. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying. I just trust in my dog.
No.
Alright.
I can make the bet. Name your bet.
Nah, you said you didn't want to. I'll just back off then.
Magra raised yet another eyebrow at you, saying, "One shouldn't pry into a man's finances." I see you have some modesty then, sir. Only regarding your finances.
No, it's just I just don't like hoodie guy. You I like, hoodie guy no.
Well, perhaps if you were to act as a gentleman, then you could stabilize our interactions and you would not find yourself dealing with somebody quite as cold as you have been recently.
Falcon's going to butt in like, hey, he has his charms. He's not that bad.
Stick to your business, my fair lady.
I will keep my thoughts to myself regarding this man's charms, thank you kindly.
Oh, you admit that I have charm. At least that. Thank you very much.
I use the word euphemistically, sir. I was referring to your lack of modesty entering the chambers that you so kindly offered to me, only to walk in a state of undress which is most inappropriate.
Well, I
Which
needed to get
point
some stuff.
Ralph Pennington says, yes, Norcan, not to be indelicate, but it does not do to walk into a lady's bedchamber, frankly, sir, stark naked.
Well, to be fair, it is my room, and I just needed to get some stuff that I
But
forgot.
if you offer it to a lady, it is no longer your room.
It wasn't locked, the room. Was it, DM?
Well, the door was closed, so etiquette ordinarily would dictate that you would knock.
No, but I'm just asking if it was locked, like locked, key locked,
Yeah, but wait a
No,
minute.
it was not.
If it's your
just
room,
closed.
if it's your room,
Hmm?
you have the keys.
No, but I could have left on the door.
Yeah,
You
but you
know,
didn't.
inside.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess.
That's what I'm. Either way, let's continue with this rather quickly. Well, yes, but I need it. I will say, I'll apologize to you, Lady Magra, for the let's call it confusion that I needed to get my clothes, and I should have knocked previously entering my room to advise you that I was going to enter, or to ask permission if you would like to present it like that.
Your apology is appreciated, sir. So long as we have no further misunderstandings of this nature, then perhaps we can put the matter to rest.
I never had any problem with the situation.
She just raises an eyebrow and goes back to her breakfast. Karis, the
Hello.
frantic heart palpitations have begun to subside. Your fur has turned back from being on end. Your claws have retracted. You've had a moment to breathe. What would you like to do?
So I get my cloak and I put it on. Pull it, my hood up,
Safety
pull it
first.
down. I thought I might have had disguise self, but that's the wrong character. So I wake Chipok up. And I'm like, Chipok, we need to go back downstairs. Please be my escort.
Oh, all right, lassie. If I have to.
Come on, let's go.
She-
If
she-
Anybody,
fucking
if
dude.
anybody asks, I was in here the whole time. The noise at the window was a bird.
Oh, of course. I don't mind covering for you.
Just so you're aware, you're my favorite. I open the door.
Chipok follows you down the stairs. Kind of.
I let him lead the way, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. You see him walk his horns just to get under a couple of the lower beams approaching the stairway. You hear just its big clunking hooves down a flight of stairs. Then, before long, you both find yourselves, assuming, in the main salon.
I'll move myself over here. I'll be on the stairs.
Why can't I find Chipok? There he is. On the stairs. Oh yes, faced with Imming. Before you get there. Lady Karis, word.
Ah, hello. How may I be of assistance to you today?
We have had it reported to us that there was a disturbance early this morning. Somebody, I'm afraid to say, fitting your description, caused quite a ruckus for Lord Anu and Lady. What's her name gone? Lady Garber.
I do apologize. I know sometimes I can do a bit of cat sleepwalking. I can only apologize. I've had a traumatic past, you can understand. I've not been feeling myself the last couple of days. But I am fully awake now, as you can see. I'm even dressed.
Roll deception.
Good
This
set.
is not
Good
gonna
set.
go well.
Come on. Nat 20. Come on.
It's gonna be a nat one. Please. No.
Hang on, what's that going to be?
Ah.
Lady Karis, I'm afraid if this behaviour and, quite frankly, dishonesty is to continue, I will have to ask you and your party to leave. Do I have your utter assurances that no further disturbances will be made of any of the patrons, and that your party will conduct themselves with the utmost grace for the remainder of your time at the Hallowed Rest?
Of course. Please do not sully my party with the actions of one. Here, clearly this will make amends for the insult that I have caused, and I'm just going to drop 50 gold pieces into her hand.
She kind of catch them very well. I will make reparations to the injured parties by offering them a free board and lodgings for their disrupted stay on your behalf. That is
You have
most
to understand.
generous of you.
It's been quite a year. There is things that I am not 100% sure about. I just needed to make sure that my family are safe.
Of course, but if I might remind you, we do have guardians watching over us at the Hallowed Rest. I reiterate my earlier statement that you and your party are quite safe within these walls, as long as you behave yourselves.
Of course. Again, please do not look down on my party for my actions. As a leader, I just wanted to make sure. I trust you. Please.
As you wish, Lady Karis.
Lead me to where my party
are. She puts the gold into a pocket at her side and starts making her way through the hallway towards the salon. And she will also bring an extra chair across for you, because this is a smaller table. But yeah, she'll probably seat you between Chipok and Douglas.
Okay, yes, okay. I'll be on the table.
If you hold down Alt, it lets you sit a bit more.
A bit in the middle, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, pauses to take your breakfast orders.
Just some fresh meats will do, and a bowl of milk. Thank you.
Of course, Lady Karis. And for you, Chipok, what can I get for you? And Chipok orders 17 rashers of bacon, 16 sausages, 43 eggs, a side of toast.
Just a side of toast.
Disappears out in the direction of the kitchens. Round about this time, two final characters enter salon. As they do so, the gentlemen both give a very suspicious look over towards the bundle of black fur in the green robes. They think better of making anything of it and make their way over to a table at the very opposite end of the tavern. Feel free to roleplay. What do you guys want to do now?
Do we notice that look from the couple?
Roll perception.
Come on, don't fail me, perception.
You
Okay,
are too busy gazing into Lady Magra's eyes,
yeah, probably.
which are rolling audibly.
Would I be able to roll as well?
Yes, of course. Anybody feel free.
Next
Cisco's
time that I ask to roll perception, just say no, you can't.
Again, my passive perception is 20. Do I know that they're the people I was listening to?
I don't know. How
Hey,
busy were you
yo.
trying to hide?
Hey, my passive perception is 20, and I didn't realize the tone in her voice when she was talking about my type.
True.
Oh well.
Also, passive perception is more kind of like, are you aware?
I know. I'm just trying to say how I've never had it as a 20 before. Just trying to get it out there.
Yeah, we don't care.
I mean, for me, kind of rolling perception is more about are you
Looking.
are you actively looking, trying to notice something? Do you happen to catch a look that you could kind of get a read off of somebody rather than kind of your immediate instincts in a survival situation? But with those, both Douglas and Valkyrin do notice the side eye from both Leah and Rolf.
Okay.
Valkyrin's just gonna be like leaning over the table, like, "What did you do, Chris?"
I'm going to pull my hood down a bit further over my head so you can just see my mouth and be like, nothing.
I see.
Later.
And then she'll sit back.
Do I hear them talking? I mean, they're like right close to me.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not making it. I'm just hushing it between us lot and not. I don't care about those guys.
I think it's fair to say that everybody's heard this at this point.
I'll look at Ralph and mark her name, whatever. And I'll
Rolf and Leah.
huh?
Rolf and Leah.
No, I mean my table, and if you excuse me, and I'll get off the table, and I'll tell Chris. I'm gonna see what's up, and I'm gonna walk over there to talk to them, and I'll say, "Excuse me, don't want to be rude or anything, but can I talk to you? My name is Douglas Smoke. I'm a commander in the army of the Valyrian army, the northern part of Valyria. If it's okay, if I may talk to you."
To be perfectly honest, we would rather take our drink in the pleasure of each other's company before we get on the road, you'll understand that we have a very long day ahead of us.
But of course, yes. But I noticed a bit of a side eye. I just like to clear up things. If there was anything that my friends over there did, you tell me, you report it to me, and just so I know, if that's okay. And
Uh,
I'll leave you, of course.
that is greatly appreciated. One of your colleagues is acting rather strangely at our door this morning.
I see.
Trust you'll understand that we are private people who wish to be left in peace.
If I may, can I know your name? If that's okay.
Uh,
Just so
I
his
am Lady Garber, and this is Lord Anu.
Lord.
Lord Anu.
Anu, yes. Ulf Anu.
Can I roll history to know if I know where they're from?
Yep.
Alright. Wish me luck. Oh boy. Yeah. Don't care.
Doing well with those history rolls.
I have 0, man. Come on now.
Douglas didn't study at school, and now he's regretting his life choices.
Douglas never went to school. He
Must
went
have
to
gone
the
through some
army.
schooling, being a commander in the army. There must be some. There is a certain level of kind of going through the academy and
Well,
knowing who is
yes.
who, and
Let's say he
not to
was
worry.
just more of the fighting than more than the history.
Okay. Do me a favor. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
What did I do? Wisdom saving. 6.
Ouch.
Okay. Forgive me, Douglas. If you would be so kind as to ensure that you and your colleagues leave myself and Rolf alone for the remainder of our time here, I would be most indebted to you.
Wait, what?
Do you find yourself compelled to walk away from the table?
Okay.
God.
Did did I know that it
Hmm?
was like something controlling me?
Let me just double check.
I don't think so.
Like, did you do it?
No, no, no. I didn't do it. But I think I know what it is, so.
Oh, okay. I was like, God damn it. Just wanted some information.
You are unaware that you are under the effect of anything currently.
Alright. I'll look at them. I'll smile and I'll leave. No, I'll just
Yes,
go
you
back.
will.
I'll go back to my table. And I'll well, that's sorted. Just don't bother them again. That's okay.
Yep. What else would you all like to do?
Well, I told them at the table, well, that's sorted. You won't have to worry about them anymore.
Do you know who they are?
Maybe His Highness here, or I always forget her name. What's her name?
Commander Magra.
Magra. Magra.
Um,
Magra. Okay. And Magra would help me. They said Lady Gaba, Lord Anu.
Agra kind of leans across to Ralph Pennington, kind of whispers in his ear, and then they both turn to you and say, "The lady in question, she does look familiar, but it is hard. A place where I've seen her before, perhaps at court. She holds herself with the bearing of a noble of some description. The gentleman, no, I could not say that I do know him. The only thing that I could say is that he appears to be dressed in a fashion that is more commonly found in the south and west of Valaria. Could be that he is a traveling merchant, perhaps from Chester lands. It's hard to be sure.
Do you know where the Hammerhead Vale is?
The Khmer Vale.
Khmer Vale.
Khmer Vale. Yes, the Khmer Vale is a steep-sided valley, not far from Rothsport. It is perhaps 7 or 8 days travel west of the city of Greybourne.
And do you have anybody in there, like troops or anything?
We do have troops in the Khmer Vale. They watch the high mountain passes, and it's one of the fallback positions for our troops. We prefer to hold our defensive positions further south, but it acts as a safe line of retreat for our troops if they are thrown back from a city like Rothsport. Why do you ask?
We will talk about this on the road, but I do not think it is safe for you anymore.
I see, and you think that
Keep
these two
your voice
characters
down.
maybe... I apologies.
Yes.
You think that these two characters may have something to do with that?
I do. I do not like the way they smell. And I do not like the way they conduct themselves. And I did not like what I heard. Again,
You need
We
to
will-
down, boss?
we will
This
talk about
is
this later.
troubling indeed.
And I'm gonna look at Douglas. Just like lift up my cloak a little bit so I can see him. And I'll be like, I was trying to protect your prince. Next time you call your hellhound on me, just think twice. I do not want to hurt him, nor you. But are we not on the same side? You told me to protect your prince.
I look at her. Dead in the eyes, with a smirk. The dog was not gonna hurt you. But just seeing you run away? Well, what am I supposed to know of you? What am I supposed to assume of you?
Trust goes both ways, my friend.
It does. But you're the
I
leader.
do not wish to hurt
Sorry,
you.
guys, I've got to step away for the moment. My daughter needs me. 1 sec.
Alright.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We continue
Mm.
RP.
So we're gonna go kill those guys, everybody to the bottom of the map. They don't get
Mhm.
turns, we could just kill them.
Yeah.
But first I need to just, you know.
Yeah,
Make-
and then we have to kill Douglas also because he's gonna protect them.
What,
Oh,
the
me,
guys
no,
at the bottom of the map?
I don't care. I protect the king.
Uh, n- do you want to know meta knowledge? You're not gonna protect the king.
Why? Why? Why?
You
What do
re-
you know and I do, what do you know that I
did
don't?
you remember what the DM told us? Or told you at least?
When?
When you went to talk with them, you had to leave. You made a wisdom save, right? You failed.
Yeah. Oh, that thing, yeah, okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Eh, well,
Well,
y'all probably die from the statues anyway, so.
so
I get away.
yeah, I get away also. Me, the boss, Chipok, Valkyrian, the party, the Red Silks, just get the heck out of Dodge.
I mean, I could fly away, so.
Yeah. With me, it's quicker.
I can teleport. What the fuck? What do you think I am? Like a useless prick? I have, yo, I
Whoa!
have,
Talk about yourself.
I can literally go to another plane and escape this whole reality. What are you on about? I got a spell from level 11, I think, from my trait, my trait, my features. Yeah.
Okay, I am back. My apologies.
No, it's fine. We were just discussing killing some people.
But as I was saying,
Which people would those be? Would those be my lovingly crafted NPCs?
yes,
What?
Yep.
No.
Set the place on fire.
and my lovely
First off.
character. That I
Anyway,
just,
carry on. Sorry.
yeah, I was just saying. Well, I just saw you run, and then again, I called you to come back, but you didn't. So I wanted to see if you were fine. The dog was just following you.
I thank you for your concern.
Nah, next time I'll make sure you get lost in the woods.
No, thank you.
It's better that way, I guess.
Do you not like cats, then I take it?
I like all sorts of animals.
But you're quite happy to have me lost in the woods.
You said you didn't want my dog. My dog tracks. What do you want me to say? That's his job.
As long as he doesn't slobber all over me, we can come to some
Oh,
arrangement.
did he?
I did not give him chance before I asked him to go away.
Ah, it's just saliva. Don't worry.
I have my own saliva, thank you.
I can notice that. Either way, you're here. It's fine.
I am. Are we fully eaten and taken a rest? Because I'm getting a little twitchy here. I think I may have upset the lady. Unless there's something else that the prince wishes to talk about.
There is nothing that springs to mind. I do believe your friend Chipok is only about halfway through his food.
This is true.
He has laid a huge, like, it's actually two platters that they've kind of pushed together with some kind of parchment bridging the gap between the two. As it's placed by two servants either side of Chipok, gingerly onto the table. They kind of stand back up and breathe a sigh of relief, having managed to place this down without spilling it all down Chipok or anybody else in the party. Ming makes her way over towards the couple at the front, speaks a few words with them, nods, and roll perception for me.
Perception.
Are we all doing that, or is it?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh god, what did I told you?
Karis, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
come
a
on.
25.
Okay. Norcan and Karis notice money changing hands. And Karis, you recognize this as the gold that you had given to Imming. The two nobles look somewhat satisfied and begin to make their way out of the room. Pass by your table, do not look at you. You hear the door close as they exit the salon. What would you like to do?
I think-
Douglas, did you say that you could go undetected? Or can you mark people? Because I do not trust them.
You talking to me?
Yes, your name is Douglas, right?
Yeah, I was eating my food.
Oh. If there is a way that you can keep a tab on those people, I would appreciate it.
Are they humanoids, DM?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I can track them now. And I pull out like... Oh, I can't. I don't have that. But, my dagger is glowing in the rack.
You try to make the connection
Oh, yeah.
between yourself and the dagger as you try to visualize the dagger in your mind. Tendrils of a smoke like cloud drift across the vision of the dagger. They coalesce over the form of it, and it fades from your conscious mind. You find yourself unable to focus on the dagger and these two at the same time.
So I can't track it. I can't track them.
Oh,
Are they still leaving right now?
they're in the process of leaving. They've left the room. They're probably in the hall somewhere by now.
How does Hunter's Mark work?
I
Let me see.
believe it says somebody you can see.
So you choose a creature.
A
You
creature
see.
you could see. You
Yeah, I
would
don't
need
wanna
to
do
stand up
much.
and see them in the hallway.
I can do this, I think. So I could follow them if I wanted.
Are you trying to do that now?
There's no tracks. It's inside of a building, so.
This is true.
So no, I'll just say, well, I'll do as much as I can. But if they are a humanoid, supposedly I could track them down. Because they're my favorite enemy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just tell her, well, I'll see about it.
Thank you.
I will.
You will what? You need coin?
Tell me something. Did you see? Did anyone see like something that they had, an object of some sort that you could
No.
describe to me? No.
I saw her feet as I was rubbing against them, but that was it.
Well, that's not an object, but
I know.
no one. Did I notice any items with them? Any
Um,
objects?
nothing stood out, although Karis knows the location of their room.
Oh, yes, I can take you upstairs if you wish me to show you where it is. Not in that way.
No, don't worry. I do not intend on sleeping with the cat. Well, I'll go outside then. And I'll go outside and I'll excuse me. I'll leave.
You place your sorry, just pop yourself back a moment.
God damn it!
You place your hands on the chair, and as you go to stand up, it's like a great weight of lethargy is pressing you back into your seat. And you settle back down. The tension relaxes from your muscles. And you find yourself unable to get up from the table with the intent of following them. She asked you to leave them alone.
Okay, how'd that apply in another plane?
You know what? I'll have to look into that one. That might be a question for next session. I like that idea, though. I really like that idea.
Yeah, well, I can
very
I
cool.
can literally just stay in another plane and listen to their conversation. So, yeah.
That would potentially be very useful.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll look at Chris. Well, I really don't want to leave this table right now.
Are you feeling okay? You looked like you were about to leave, and then you sat down. Are you okay?
For some reason, I felt like going outside, but I just don't remember why. So I'll just keep eating my food. Sorry.
Can I have a look at your hand, please?
Sure.
I'm gonna take his hand.
Yep.
I want to feel his pulse. Does it feel normal?
Question. It does feel a bit fast. Almost as though he is anxious about something, perhaps. Roll insight if you'd like more detail.
Not a medicine check.
I mean, it would have been a medicine check to check for the pulse, but with you being a cleric, I was kind of hand waving that.
Okay.
Just insight as to why his pulse would be fast.
Okay.
With that roll of 18, you not 100% sure why, you get the impression that he is not able to act as he would like to right now.
And I see your
Seemed
face.
to intend to want to get out of his seat and sat down.
I'm just gonna grab his like chin and like just look around at him. Look at his pupils. Does his pupils look okay?
They seem more dilated than bright lights of this room would make sense for, yeah.
Your eyes, they're going to get damaged if you do not sort them out. And I'm gonna rummage around in my pocket and I'm just gonna blow into his face. And I'm gonna cast Greater Restoration on him.
Let's see the spell.
Yep, coming.
Okay. Debilitating effect. Petrified, okay. Oh, I think I see why you're casting that.
When you get charmed.
Yeah. I don't think it's charmed technically though. Let me
Okay.
just look. I will double check.
Stinky DMs. Give us what we want. Can't talk much. Beep.
I'm trying to help you.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's 2 spells I've technically used on you today.
Hey yo.
You and your dog.
Oh, that's on you. You could have let the dog just like grab your feet and just.
I didn't want to be dragged in.
Oh well.
Yes, so it's whilst he is not technically charmed, it's considered a charm effect. So yes, greater restoration will work.
Yeah, boys.
Ah, good job.
And I'm just gonna like still holding onto his chin, just like pulling his face around. How do you feel now? Can you stand up and do what you wish?
He puts his hand on his face, rubs his forehead a bit, and he's like, and his eyebrows. Yeah. Yeah. I'm better. And he gets up. Excuse me again. And he.
As you stand up, the clouds that previously had fogged
Oh,
your mind and
goddamn
the
it.
weight was pressing down on you, clouds appear to be chased away by a pale greenish light. You hear a cackling voice in your head. Just says, "Ha ha! My servant has seen fit to lift this from you."
That's me. I'm a servant.
No shit. Douglas
The
will.
green light chases the clouds from your mind.
Douglas ignores that completely. He's just like, oh, magic, nice. Now in my head again. Oh, even better. And he says that actually, like in like character, like talks to himself loudly enough for people to hear him. Oh, that's fine. And I'll leave the place, and I'll kind of just walk faster to get my dagger, and I'll get over here at the door, and I'll whistle to Ordov. And Ordov, does he come? Oh, is he dead now? Because I wanted to place
You
a bet.
you find yourself waiting for quite some time.
Oh, fucking dog.
Wind blows a gust of autumn leaves from the trees. They sweep across the path in front of you. Wait. Then,
As I
in the
wait.
far distance, you hear.
Okay.
Then,
It's gonna
in the
kill my
very
dog.
distance, you see a pinprick that brown grey of Odor's fur slowly begin to larger and larger as he is coming full pelt as fast as he can towards you.
Oh, that's fine.
This maybe takes a minute or two.
Oh, good. While he's coming towards me, I want to concentrate to find their location.
You spend some time scouring the ground. You find some carriage marks that look like the earth and stone beneath them has been disturbed quite recently. From the marks, you can determine there were 2 carriages left very recently in a hurry.
Hmm.
Both carriages appear to have gone southwest.
I would like. Wait, I need to. It's this what I wanted to do. That's why, yeah.
Okay.
You have the innate ability to communicate with beasts and they recognize you as, nah, it's not that one. Additionally, you can attune your senses to determine if any of your favorite enemies lurk nearby. By spending one uninterrupted minute in concentration, yeah, you can sense whether any of your favorite enemies are present within 5 miles of you. This feature reveals which of your favorite enemies are present, their number, the creature's general direction, and distance.
Okay, so just to reread that, you can sense whether any of your favorite enemies are present within 5 miles of you. Yes, there are humanoids within 5 miles of you. You can tell which of your favorite enemies are present. You can tell that there are humans and elves in the vicinity. You can tell that there are also at least 4 humanoids heading off at a high speed towards the southwest. And you can detect the humanoids at the camp as well. The humans at the camp. The ones heading away from you, they are traveling at significant speed. You estimate that they are carriages are drawn by at least 4 horses each, which makes sense because these 2 individuals appeared to be some kind of nobility, so they would be able to afford this. And also the horses were at full gallop. So probably talking 30 to 40 miles an hour, I believe, for a galloping horse.
Ordolph, it's time to go. I might... I can't really do anything to... I could... I could do this, but you said I need to wait for next session. I wanted to go on another...
Planeswalk thing.
Yeah, and hear their
Post
conversation.
the Planeswalk thing in chat.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Step onto the border region of the ethereal plane. Right. If they were static, I think this would be really, really useful. The issue that you have is
the movement.
Movement.
Yeah.
If you move up or down, this time you can move in any direction. If you move up or down, is that climbing or descending? Right. So you are looking to catch up with them on Odorf.
That was not... I just wanted to hear what they were saying and then come back, basically.
Right. Okay. 2 things. You know from their position that they appear to be, and the information that you had earlier, they appear to be in 2 separate carriages. So it looks like it's driver and the occupant and 4 horses for each of the carriages. So whether or not you'd be able to hear any conversation, I would say that's probably quite... You would be able to probably catch up with them, but that would leave you isolated from the party and not in the same carriage, so probably unlikely to be talking.
Not even the separate people to other people in the carriage?
So there's the driver of each carriage.
Yeah.
Be sat in front of the carriage.
Oh, they're private carriages. Okay.
Yeah. They're kind of
right.
the. You wouldn't necessarily know that. You only know the location and what the wheels looked like. But
No, yeah.
when you arrived at the Hallowed Rest, you would have seen carriages in the area.
I'll tell Ordov to stay near the barrels, and I'll come back
Okay.
in, and I'll put my dagger inside the rack, and I'll come back in, and I'll sit, and I'll say, well, wherever they're going, or to which place they're going, I have a feeling that we will meet them soon enough. I couldn't catch them. Even if I wanted, they were in separate carriages, so. I tried. And I'll continue eating my food.
What would you all like to do? I kind of don't think we've
I'd
heard
like-
from you for a while. Oh, sorry, Val. Go ahead, Jane.
Oh, sorry. I want to get up and start talking to the Firbolg lady.
Hello. I'm HibernoWay. Might you be?
My name is Valkren. Pleasure to meet you.
And are you? Are you travelling for business or pleasure?
Business, I suppose.
Excellent, of course. Well, I myself am an armourer. If you or any of your companions wish to have any work done, I'm sure I could be of assistance.
I just want to stare her dead in the face. Just dead in the face. Wait for a reaction.
Kind of tilts her head and just is everything okay?
Yeah, just memories of. Yeah, where did you grow up? Yes.
Roll insight.
Oh my. Damn, I'd be having some questionable rolls today.
You see a wave of sadness wash over her face. I'm from South Hillian Forest. You know it?
Of course, that's where I grew up.
Oh, in that case, you must forgive me. The village I grew up in was destroyed by an earthquake that tore a considerable tract of the land in two. I'm one of a few survivors from my village.
Oh God, can I give her a hug?
She reciprocates that. She hugs you back. Did you say you were from there as well?
Yes, I am.
Do you have family in the forest?
I do. I have a husband and 2 children.
They tell me of them. Perhaps I know them.
Well, my youngest, Marl, he's a bit of a mischief. Warren, he's a little bit smarter than his brother. Knows the area a bit more.
And your husband?
Uh, Yes. Well, he's yes. Brain as I haven't written down his name.
It's all right. You can now
Yeah,
do the DM thing of making it up.
Yeah, my brain is currently going. Stephen. There we go. His name's Stephen now.
Stephen,
Very
Um,
obvious name.
I assume you also give her the description. Um, I mean, I can't be sure, but I do remember 3 furbolgs who roughly fit that description. I believe they may have been headed north. Great many of the furbolg settlements are on the move. They have become nomads. I do hope they're well.
Oh, Saloon, you're joking.
You worship Saloon. I myself worship Torm. May the light of the moon goddess go with you and your family.
And yourself. If you need me, I'll be at the table over there. I would like to have a sit down.
Of course, I completely understand. It was lovely to meet you. I do wish we'd met under better circumstances.
Hey, I mean, happens to all of us, I guess. And she's going to start walking off. Sit back down next to Norton.
Orkan. Alcarin has returned, looking quite visibly stressed.
Just have to put the mic on. Sorry. Morgan will look at her and will ask her, like, "Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling all right?"
Yeah, just a bit blue, you know. More so than usual.
Did you have strange news that put you like that?
It's just family things, you know.
Well, I really don't, but I can try to understand it.
I mean, I spoke to that lovely lady over there, and apparently my family could be anywhere. I thought I left them in one place, and turns out I haven't.
But but what happened for them to move?
I don't know. Apparently, a lot of them are on the move, so there's that.
Do you know in which direction they went?
Heading up north, so you know.
So they're going to our in direction to our lands? Or,
I couldn't tell
oh,
you.
I will just find maps.
yeah, just
Du-du-du. Okay. I'll paste the map into chat.
yeah.
In Roll20.
Mhm.
So the
That says lost in the woods.
Exactly, that's Lost in the
Oh.
Woods.
uh, Damn There we go. That one.
Professional.
Sheesh. That one. Old Anvil link. I'll put it in the chat as well for anybody who's watching at home. What we're working with here. So you guys are somewhere in northern Valarya. Still a couple of days from the capital, which is in the west of northern Valarya. This part of the country has not been as badly affected as the war, but the further west you move, the more you see signs of the conflict. The Hylian forest is considerably further south from where we are. And north of that, you find the lands of Clan Guntler, the Duchy of Lycan, the Mountain Pass Union, and then Gublonia, and then above that you get into Grauam, Hob Valarya, and Eastern Valarya. So they have moved towards you from this report that you've had from Nalalway, but you don't know where precisely they are.
So just generally north.
That was the only thing that Nalalway was able to tell you. That the people possibly fitting their description left Hylian Forest in a northerly direction.
But
Good
still,
to know.
you're not sure if it's them.
Yeah.
So
I
they
mean,
might.
when we return to our room, I can give something a go to give some solidarity to those claims.
Okay.
The music has
Becky, what's Karis doing?
She's kind of just sat there pulling her head, like a cloak down over her head. She's just kind of staying quiet. She's waiting to see if Douglas returns from what she's asked him to do.
He has returned.
Okay. She's just going to eyeball him just to see what he's doing. Sorry, I was too busy looking at the map and looking where we were. I like maps. I'm sorry.
Right.
And she's just does she get the feeling that there are other people eavesdropping, or?
You get the impression that the forest gnome nearest your table is a very curious soul. They don't appear to be being maliciously nosy, but yes, they do appear to be kind of glancing around.
Okay. I'm going to lean over to Chipok and just kind of be like, Chipok, why don't you go and entertain the small child? Make sure she's not listening.
Right, all right, lassie. I'll go and try my best to entertain her.
That's a good
Oh
boy.
God, what's this role gonna be?
Performance.
Don't let me down now, Chipok.
Don't let him down.
Hey,
Yep. Chipok strikes up a very lively conversation about the intricacies of looms and weaving. You did not know that Chipok had this particular interest. He is particularly fascinated by tartans, and it turns out that Ban Miller has a lot of knowledge in this area about how they're made and the wove and the weft, and yeah, they seem to be having a really fantastic conversation.
Perfect.
Covered.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like lean over the table just a little bit. I'm gonna like eyeball around the room and see, is there anyone else looking? No one paying attention?
At Train, this lady over here, seems to be deeply involved in conversation with Nalalwe, who appears to be recanting the conversation that she and Valkyrin have just had. There are a number of other ladies kind of milling about in the room, some of whom have started to head off for the day, as we're probably getting on to about 9:30, 10 o'clock by now.
Okay.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anybody particularly paying attention to you.
That's fine. That's good. I'll like lean across to the prince and Magra and kind of whisper what I heard under the door and basically saying how I heard about that comma red head veil, whatever. I can't read my writing. And
Bear with me just one moment, sorry.
no, it's fine. Damn it, I was gonna try and drop some stuff. Come back, Jonathan.
There we go. So you were telling the Prince and Commander Magra about Khmer Vale. What exactly do you tell them?
I tell them everything that I heard, but I put extreme stress on the fact that I heard that he said something about Rothchester agreeing to terms from the Penningtons, and that at that Vale something's going to happen where they might suffer. That's what I'm going to stress on. That's what I put down in my notes, and that's what I picked up.
Okay.
And that they smell.
A concerned look passes over Alf Pennington's face. This seems most unusual. I cannot see any circumstance where two sides could come to a truce. Who did you say you overheard this from?
Our beautiful companions that put a curse on your little friend to my left.
I see. The two who were seated at the
At the
table in
bottom of the room. Exactly.
front of the tavern. This is
They said something about
troubling indeed.
an agreement can be reached.
I do not understand what terms could possibly have been reached. The only resolution that I have ever heard my mother and father speak of is the complete destruction of the Rothchester family and all of their supporters. And obviously I do not have 100% knowledge, but it's surely the same for the Rothchesters with us. They would want to wipe out our family, root and stem. The blood in this feud is so old and so bitter that terms? Surely not.
Maybe you should go into this with your eyes a little bit wider. Some people on the other side may not want as much bloodshed as you.
I appreciate
I'm
your
I'm
candor,
saying
Lady Harris.
you can kill them if you wish. I do not care. But I'm just saying, there is More than one way to skin a rabbit.
I like the change there.
I
uh,
could have said
I-
dog, but I didn't.
I am not familiar with this particular saying, but yes, I agree. There are many ways to end a conventional conflict.
My lord, if I may.
Of course.
I
How are you
think
feeling?
this agreement is not of. It's not an agreement of words. I think they're planning an ambush.
There is that too.
And you believe this may take place in the Khmer Vale?
That is what I heard. Your troops are not safe there. You should get them to higher ground.
What's it called? DM.
Yes.
Do I know this location well? I mean,
Yes, you would know this location well, yes.
what, like, what is it like? Like, topographically, like, is it like a tight
Bear with me
valley?
while I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do actually have the option for you to unlock a map somewhere. I'm gonna tell you where, but I do have a map.
Give.
Oh, not yet.
God damn it.
Okay, so you know that the Khmer Vale is due east and northeast. It's quite a long, thin valley. East and northeast of Rothsport. To the east of the Khmer Vale lie the Amrock Mountains. Then to the north of the Khmer Vale lies northwest, perhaps, lies the village of Cape Arden, and there is a fortress at the mouth of the Arden River as well. The Khmer Vale itself has one mountain pass that leads between the Khmer Vale and town of Rothsport, and then at the lower end of the Khmer Vale, there is a Loch Arden, which is quite a small loch. There quite a lot of trade that flows through that area. So the value to the Penningtons is that this is their safe retreat when the Rochesters attack and kick them out of Rothsport. Rothsport tends to change hands quite a lot. Their forces are able to retreat to the Khmer Vale and hold there until they grow their strength ready for the next attack. At present, you don't know the status of Rothsport. It is very rare that the Khmer Vale has ever fallen into Rochester hands because it is so well defended normally.
If I may suggest, my lord, you should send a courier to the capital as fast as you can with a letter to your father. If this is an ambush, better to be ready than not. But if what the cat lady is saying, if they heard her, they might change their plans. And please do tell to your father that there might be a change in plans, but for him to take advice on his commanders and the leaders of the army to make the best judgment possible. If we lose the fortress, we might lose the whole region. So this could could make us lose the war.
Of course, I quite agree. It's certainly a delicate situation. Tell me, do any of you keep quill and parchment handy?
Hang on, I will check my pockets.
Inventory check.
Yeah, I don't have miscellaneous items. I just have my soldier stuff.
No, I can offer you a hunting trap. That is all I can give you.
Ralph Pennington just sort of raises an eyebrow as if to say, that won't help me writing anything. Very well, I shall retire to my chamber and write the letter as you ask. Commander Magra, Lady Karras,
My lord.
thank you all. He stands up from the table and starts making his way towards his chambers.
No.
I feel like I've done very well here.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
What are the odds of what?
No, I'm just it's Douglas talking next to Chris.
What evens are you not talking about?
I don't know. You might just have saved the whole country.
I told you, I am trying to help. You just need to trust me.
It's a bit hard to trust someone that talks like that. I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry, it's hard to trust someone that smells like you too, but hey, here we are to stalemate.
I mean, and I look at her with the pause. I take regular baths. I don't lick myself.
Hmm.
But hey.
I can tell you that I also take baths.
whatever you wanna whatever you wanna believe in, cat lady. And I'll look at the other silks. So
Are you related to someone called Jeremy by any chance? Because he also called me cat lady.
aren't you a cat? That's a lady.
I mean, Jeremy was only half dwarf, right?
Yeah.
I'm just
Nah.
wondering if the other half was human smoke.
Nah. I actually still have to send you the backstory, but you'll see. Anyways,
What
yeah.
was so short she hooked up with a dwarf?
Come on, no, don't mess with don't mess with my lord, man. Jeremy is just the cousin of the jarl.
Stab cannon.
Never. I'll not accept that. Um, I'll look at.
Maybe this is why you were chosen for the journey up to Clan Malvern, because you had family and friends there.
Okay, moving on.
Swiftly.
DM is trolling me right now.
A little bit, yeah.
I'll look at Norkin, Valarian. So, do you have any experience in massive scale battles? Not talking, you know, skirmishes, stuff like that. I'm talking about a lot of people. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of people.
To Valkyrin, sorry.
To Valkyrie and to Norkin, I'm generally asking out of just knowing.
Orkan keeps drinking and will reply to just with a head nod, like no.
What about you?
Easy. Can you roll me a Constitution save for Norcan, who is
Yeah,
currently on his 5th bottle in 24 hours?
Damn.
18.
Hey!
What a champ.
He's got a liver like a university fresher.
Hey, I'm a young guy, man.
Yep. Okay.
Good
I,
old
on-
Dave.
I only have it's not, it got erased from the page, but I'm roughly like 200 and something. So
Only
I'm
a
young.
spry 200. Give me a. It's fine. I'll leave that for now. Valkyrin, how about you?
Just go fiddle with a ring. No, I can't say I have. I mean, I've just been wandering around, you know?
Well, seeing that you are accompanying us, make sure to, well, help you as much as I can. Train you a bit for battle. I could contact some. Well, I hope so. I could contact some mages for you.
Norkan will, at this point, spit what he's drinking and laughing. Like, you teaching us, oh child. And he will keep on drinking.
Whatever you say. I've spent years in the army. You said you've never been to a combat with several hundred of people, so
No,
you don't want my
we
help.
we we have fought things that kills hundreds, thousands of people. So is that enough
It's
for
not the
your
same.
standard?
It's not the same. In battlefield, there might be a lot of distractions than just one target, you see. While you focus on one target that might be huge, and whatever you did in battle, someone behind you could just stab you in the back and leave you dying there in the mud, and no one would ever pick you up because no one would recognize you.
Yeah, but normally we're the guys that are behind your back stabbing. So,
Norcan, roll history for me.
yep. Let me just check one thing first. Sorry. Where is it? Or am I in the wrong character?
You're a College of Law bard, so I'm figuring history is.
I don't care. I don't have any bonuses on history, but let's go with that. 16.
Okay. With that roll of a 16, you and the rest of the Red Silks have been present at a number of battles before the Red Silks were put to the sword at Braxia. You looking at Douglas. How old is Douglas again, Francisco?
Douglas is, let me check again. He is 30. 30 something. He's not 30, but he's 30 something. I'd say
Okay.
35, 30, 36.
Bear with me one moment.
Also, I'm checking something.
Yep.
Because when you make a lot of characters, you mess some things up, or you mix stuff up.
So, Norcan, you and the Red Silks were present at the battle on the fields of Kalia, and you were also present at the siege of Shade Falls. You fought at Westcrest. You fought at Alusipo. Red Silks as a whole have fought in battles that are older than Douglas's.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're battles
He only
of
joined
the
5 years ago. That's the thing.
Again, sorry.
If you're taking into that, the story how it was set is that everyone in this party was only joined the Red Silks 5 years for 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
And then, it got they all got killed and they are the last to survive. It doesn't matter how many years he has.
This is more of a history check that he would know about these battles, and if he wished, he could off you.
Ah, okay.
what? Sorry, didn't.
You could bluff Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
your knowledge of these battles, if you wished.
No, it's fine because I'm the age. It's 127. I don't need to bluff him. I just don't care about what he's saying. Like it's like we know each other for like 3 days, like 4 days or something. So
Enough.
like a child saying to an older man stuff like doesn't make sense for Norkin.
But taking in, wait, what, you're a half elf, right?
Yeah, I'm 127.
So technically, how old would you be in human years?
You reach adulthood at 20.
So let's say 20 for you would be what? I don't
20
know.
for me would be 20.
No, yeah, but in human years, for example, you, because it's a different thing. Because like I don't want to get into philosophical question about the years of.
No, the half elf
Yeah.
reaches adulthood at 20. If it was an elf, it reaches adulthood at 100.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, you still have the lifespan of it. Yeah, okay. You just live longer.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
the reach. It's longer. Um,
Okay. Round about this point, Prince Peyton, Prince Ralph, reappears at the door. He's handed a letter to one of the fastest riders in the contingent with orders to make for the city of Greybourne. Had the letter to his father in person, and he stamped it with his royal seal. Before you get back on the road, is there anything else you would like to do at the Hallowed Rest?
Yes.
Go on, Valkyrie.
I'd like to go back to my room, pull out a mirror, and start scrying on my family. So,
Of course.
Wait, what happened to your family?
They have been
um,
displaced from their forest.
Oh, where did they go?
I don't know. That's why I'm doing this.
Uh, hopefully not somewhere bad.
I have a wedding ring, and they're my husband, but I don't know how this quite works. So,
Okay. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose is on the same plane of existence as you. He won't make the wisdom saving throw, obviously, because he would prefer to keep the link open. Okay. You see your husband's face. It is worn and dirty. His hair is disheveled. He has a number of scrapes and bruises. He looks like he's resting. You hear him talk to the boys, and you hear anxious, hushed voices. Father, what if they come again? It'll be okay, boys. We just stick together, keep heading north, find your mother. Then hear some unearthly noise. A harrowing groan. This time, in your husband's voice, you hear panic. Quick, boys, grab your things. We must leave. See frantically grabbing around the reaches of the kind of. It's not a cave; it's more kind of some earth that has been maybe with perhaps the root works of a fallen tree. Grab their packs, throw them over their shoulder, and take off running. Branches and leaves snapping past their face. You see for a moment your husband fall, crashing to the earth, pulling himself back up, taking off again. You see them run and run and run for what feels like an eternity. Really, it's just minutes elapsing. The first, second, third. You hear screams in the distance. You hear your sons begging. Please, Father, don't let them get us. Don't let them get us. Boys, stay with me. Just a little further. Just a little further. You see them splash through a stream. You see them duck into a cave. Husband's breath is ragged, desperate. Think you're safe. At that moment, spell ends. I think that's
Jesus
where we're going to
Christ.
leave the session.
Oh, she's gonna be a mess next week. Fuck.
You're welcome.
Let's go. I'm all for it.
Did tell Becky to warn you guys. I really fuck with you all.
I was expecting it to go. Thank you,
I'll let
though.
them figure it out themselves.
Oh, you're gonna be emotional support, are you?
Never emotional support.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for watching at home. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm not sure I can say the same for all of our players. Shall we raid somebody?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, who should we raid today? Easy. We know Mr. Repek.
Yeah, Mr. Repek
He's
is
playing Gwent. Shall we raid him?
yeah, it's one of the guys from the CDPR, like
Perfect.
the guys who created the game,
All right.
which I'm bashing always on the stream. So
We go. See you guys, and tune in on Thursday for Becky's World, and as always, tune on Sunday. We love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Let's go.